The episode begins with Mordecai and Rigby encountering a situation centered around appearance, identity, and impulsive decision-making. The premise emerges from a casual conversation or a harmless competition that quickly escalates into a full-blown challenge, a bet that leads Rigby to consider dyeing his hair blonde. Mordecai approaches the situation with skeptical amusement, aware that Rigby's impulsiveness could lead to unnecessary trouble, while Rigby reacts with typical recklessness, seeing the bet as an opportunity to prove himself, gain attention, or avoid embarrassment. This personality contrast establishes the central comedic tension, highlighting the difference between practical reasoning and impulsive pride. The inciting incident occurs when the bet becomes official, either through peer pressure, ego, or an attempt to impress someone. Rigby commits to dyeing his hair blonde, not fully considering the consequences or the complexity of the task. Mordecai tries to warn him or at least guide him toward a safer or more sensible approach, but Rigby's stubbornness and desire to avoid backing out push the situation forward. What begins as a simple, trivial bet quickly transforms into a series of exaggerated, unpredictable challenges, consistent with the show's tendency to inflate mundane choices into surreal adventures. As the episode progresses, the process of dyeing Rigby's hair becomes increasingly chaotic. The materials might be incorrect, poorly mixed, or entirely unsafe. Environmental factors or equipment malfunctions add layers of comedic escalation, turning a straightforward cosmetic change into a dangerous and absurd sequence of events. Secondary characters, including Benson, Muscle Man, Pops, or Skips, intervene with their own opinions or warnings, often unintentionally making the situation worse. Each attempt to correct or improve Rigby's appearance leads to further complications, showcasing the show's signature blend of slapstick, surreal escalation, and character-driven humor. Thematic tension develops around pride, vanity, and the consequences of reckless commitments. Rigby's insistence on following through with the bet illustrates his tendency to let emotions override logic, while Mordecai tries to balance concern for his friend with amusement at the ridiculousness of the situation. The escalating disaster highlights the dangers of impulsive decisions and the importance of understanding risks before acting. Surreal exaggeration transforms Rigby's appearance into something increasingly unrecognizable, creating visually dynamic humor while exploring deeper ideas about self-perception and the pressures of external expectations. The climax occurs when the combined consequences of Rigby's attempts reach their peak. His hair, appearance, or the environment around him becomes completely out of control, possibly attracting unwanted attention, triggering magical or supernatural reactions, or placing him in actual danger. Mordecai and Rigby must work together to undo the damage, merging Mordecai's rational thinking with Rigby's chaotic creativity. Their collaboration highlights the recurring theme that teamwork and balance between caution and spontaneity are essential to resolving chaotic situations. The final moments of the climax often involve high-energy action, comedic tension, and an exaggerated resolution that matches the scale of the earlier escalation. The resolution restores relative normalcy, leaving Rigby with humorous remnants of the chaos, such as temporary discoloration, lingering embarrassment, or a renewed sense of humility. Benson may reprimand them for the mess or the disruption, delivering his typical blend of anger and disbelief at how such a simple situation became so catastrophically absurd. Secondary characters react with amusement, confusion, or sympathy, maintaining the show's ensemble dynamic. Mordecai and Rigby reflect briefly on the events, highlighting the lesson about avoiding reckless bets while reinforcing their friendship through shared misadventure. Bet to be Blonde exemplifies the series' method of taking a small, everyday decision and amplifying it into a surreal comedic journey. The episode emphasizes character-driven humor, escalating stakes, and visually inventive sequences while exploring themes of pride, identity, and the impact of impulsive choices. By merging a relatable premise with exaggerated storytelling and high-energy action, The episode maintains the signature tone of regular show and continues to showcase the dynamic interplay between Mordecai's grounded perspective and Rigby's unpredictable enthusiasm.